Do you know what it feels like to truly never feel lived in your body? Like you're completely disconnected from it? This episode's for the woman that never had a chance to exist in her body freely. And I hope that with this and with my own lived experiences, I can perhaps shine light on this situation within my own way. So, what I do ask is let's place a hand on the heart for the place that is always true and wanting more for you and the best for you. One hand on the womb, the place that always remembers. Breathe in the deepest breath you've done all day. Breathe out. Let it all go. This is you. This is your body. It's the body that carries you through the entirety of your day, the entirety of your life. It grows with you. It carries you. It has gone through every emotion, every trauma. Your body keeps score. And this is definitely something that I can it's definitely something I can resonate with, is that your body keeps score, because it's not only from this time, it's from all other lifetimes and all of your past lives as well, how much your body keeps scoring. I want to go into how disconnected I've been with my body my entire life, and now I'm on a journey of slowly unraveling that and making myself feel like it's okay. I chose this body. It's great to be in this body. I should be appreciative. I should love her so much, yet we do so little for her on a daily basis and we abandon her. And she's our vessel. She's what guides us through every single day and carries us through every single day. And we tend to not be so grateful for her. I apologize. I've got a text and I should be putting that on a do not disturb. But I'm going to have a coffee too. I say this is a cheers to my younger self and to the me even recently that noticed this, but to the women that sit in the corner of the restaurant because they don't want to be seen. I really want to talk about this. Let's dive right in. Okay. For me, visibility equals danger, hidden equals protection. Visibility, being seen, for me, meant danger. Being hidden meant I was protected. If I hid myself away, if I didn't show up for myself the way that I wanted to and diminished myself, it meant that I was safe and I was protected. And over time, my 27 years of life, that is exactly what my body has done. And it has shown me in more than one way. And now, only I'd say recently, I've really understood what my body has been screaming at me for so long. This is the thing, it dates back to childhood for me, and this is where I think a lot of women with a fuller bust could resonate, and women that don't have a fuller bust but have their own circumstances will be able to resonate with this as well. Age of 8 years old, I developed quite early. Fuller bust women, obviously, they tend to develop quite early at a lot of women that I actually speak to. And throughout those ages, I was always told to hide, to cover up, put on a t-shirt that doesn't show anything, but the t-shirt always looks bigger and square-like, so then it doesn't show the rest of your physique. And the reason as to why I was told that from obviously family at that age was to have protection over me, because I used to get looks from people in a very sexualized way. I would go to a grocery store. I would be in a shopping center. I would be getting a coffee with my parents. I would just be walking the streets, and the stares that I received from such a young age were the stares of, I want to have sex with you. They were sexualized stares. They were it the male curiosity. And my mum used to yell back saying she's only 8, she's only 13 years old, or pull a face at them. And I understand why, because at that age it is extremely confronting. You don't know what's going on with your body, let alone what a, a male is thinking. I used to have married men hit at me the age of maybe 14, 15 when I was starting to go out with friends. All throughout my childhood, there were elements of covering up and hiding. I used to be a very, very active girl. I used to compete in swimming. I used to do water polo. I used to go to the gym all the time. I was constantly doing things. But when I had a fuller bust at that age, I had to also navigate that. So what I would do was I'd wear an ill-fitting bra that no one really taught me what a bra should look like and what it should feel like. I was popping and bulging out of everywhere. And then I'd have a nice sports bra over the top to flatten them in, keep them in, and then I'd put another one on for the lift. And I would go to PE classes every day like that. But mind you, do you know when you're getting ready for PE in the girls' change rooms, I was so embarrassed because all of my other friends around me didn't have boobs, so they wore the most cutest bralettes ever. And I would go in the toilet and get changed because I was so ashamed of my body. And all throughout school, people would always say, you know, are they saggy? Are they so heavy? How do you fit into this? Like, do they bounce? And it's like, yeah, of course they're saggy, but I don't want them to be because they've got weight. Now, they were perky. I'm not going to lie, they were great. However, when everyone else around you doesn't have a bust and you were trying to navigate being in school, hanging around friends, learning new parts about you as you're growing up, that's already stressful enough being a girl or getting your period, let alone having a fuller bust and trying to navigate that when I had no additional support of a proper fitting bra or education on my bust or that this is normal for this to occur. And everyone would around me would also be like, when are you getting a breast reduction? Are you going to get it after or before kids? And I would get looks from people within my family or friends, and they were the looks of, and then the words came out as well, I feel so sorry for you. So, all of those little things adding up is placing little belief systems in my head that my body isn't great. I need to constantly hide myself, that, oh, I've got shivers, that I'm not good enough and my body isn't good enough and I don't look like everyone else and that my clothes don't fit me correctly because the clothing industry wasn't made for fuller busts and that I have men constantly looking at me or I had a I actually faced some bullying in high school where a lot of the older boys would talk to me because I obviously had a bust. I was known for the girl with the body and the bust and the boobs. I was always known for that. And then I would have older girls in the years were jealous that the boys had liked me. So then they would bully me or yell at me from across the hall or give me dirty looks. And it is a lot to navigate being a teenager or even in primary school. I Everywhere I went, I was never boy crazy because I always received attention everywhere I went. I didn't ask to receive. For me, the world chose for me of this is your body. Everyone else chooses for you of what you should be looking like. And I was always known as a girl with the big boobs or the great big boobs slash body. I never had the choice. And I was so intelligent, but everyone always viewed me for my body. I always thought that men always loved me for my boobs, but they didn't love me for anything else. So they always just wanted to either have that hookup culture with me that, she's a girl with big tits. So cool. All of these little things over time just kept on adding up and adding up. And, not having the correct bras, um, comments constantly, it just added and filtered into my belief system that you're just the girl with the big boobs, that you're sexualized everywhere you go. You just need to deal with it and navigate with it. I had instances when, now this has happened on multiple occasions. I had instances when I was 14. I was catching the school bus in the morning. And one day I noticed this man, and I noticed him at this bus stop every single day. What he would do is get a mirror, like a little handheld mirror, and shine it on my boobs and constantly look at me and make faces. And this was happening a lot. It came to a day where he followed me to where my home was, which wasn't far along. I had instances when I was coming home on school buses where I was followed by a certain man, another man as well, licking his lips, just making noises, looking at my boobs, looking at my body, and would follow me, know where my bus stops were, and follow me through that. I had another instance where I was walking to swim training one evening and there was a white van and they were circling me. I noticed it because I was very street smart to begin with, and I think I became very street smart because I noticed how everyone else around me would look at me from a very, very young age. And there was a man in the front driving, and then they had slowed down. This was the third time they had circled me. Just completely slowed down. The guy at the front was looking at me. I knew. I just had this horrible intuitive feeling, and then all of a sudden, so the back of the van was completely white out because you would not be able to see if there's anything back there. The sliding door opens. Another guy tries to grab me and pull me in. I bolted. And these occurrences have happened so many times that at that time it felt like the norm because I received attention from such a young age that, okay, so this is what my body is doing, that that I can potentially get abducted, that I have stalkers, that I have people sexualizing me, that I only have men wanting me for my body and my bust, and that, I'm not that intelligent, that I've got other girls dismissing me and not liking me because of my bust, that I was constantly told to hide, that I needed to get a breast reduction because no clothes and nothing and bras fit me, and that I had back issues at that time, and no one told me how everything should feel and how it should fit, and no one told me how to navigate absolutely anything. And my poor mum, she did the best that she could. She didn't have a fuller bust, so she would take me to all these bra experts, and mum was amazing for doing that. But then the feeling that I also had was, here's a beige bra, here's a black bra, you choose which one you want. At the age of 14, 15, 16, I absolutely hated them. They were just the ugliest, mankiest grandma bras ever. My mum wouldn't even wear those bras at this age that she is now. And you just constantly felt defeated. I would go in and they would hand me these bras and say either this is all that fits you, or this is all you can choose from, or these bras don't fit you. And then I'd go into actual expert stores and get fitted in correctly. My bust would sit so much lower. My wires would completely dig in. I never felt safe. I never felt protected. I always felt misunderstood. And for that, everything, I hated my body more and more. And it's still an ongoing journey because I've had my weight just will constantly ebb and flow. And I understand that now. I really do, as to why. So what happens when your body undergoes a certain emotion over and over again, whether it's disguised in different ways, is that your body will try and protect you. So what my body would do without me so deep in my subconscious that I wouldn't even consciously be aware of this, is that my body kept score. So it held on to weight, that if I have more weight on my body, therefore I am not as pretty, therefore I am hidden and protected because no one's going to hit on me. No one's going to see me in that way. Or throughout high school, or even recently, actually, as well. Acne. My skin has always been absolutely incredible. Now, there is a lot of other factors to acne. Don't get me wrong. There is gut, there is what you eat, just everything. However, with these ones in particular, and I'm very well aware of these because I have seen my beautiful holistic healer, Maria Carr. She is the light of my life. I love her. What my body did was, if you have acne, men can see you for your brains, not only your looks or your boobs. If my body protects me and starts showing discrepancies that I don't usually have or hold onto within my body, my own personal body, then that will then therefore protect me. And all of these little things slowly add up. And I only started realizing this, the things that I did to protect myself and how I look now, because I did a deep dive into the whole childhood thing of where it all stemmed from. So, like, having clothes that I don't fit into equals I'm not fitting into society. I was always hiding, shrinking, playing small, but all of my life when I was young, I'm like, I want to do so much. I want to be so much. And I didn't have I wasn't educated to know how to handle these certain things. And it's interesting. I had a conversation with a guy that I was speaking to. I think it was like a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago. And he said to me, "You really seem to dismiss men, like you didn't ever seem to have a boy crazy era." And it was interesting because he even made this observation, and he's very right with saying this, is because we were talking about having a fuller bust and we were going down that loop. He's like, you always received the attention. You didn't ask for it and you received the attention. That you knew that the male gaze was always on you. You knew what that felt like. So you never went through that crazy time that some girls go through, where it's the attention, it's the need, and it's the want, because I had always received it. I said, you know what, that is very, very true. And that is true to my story. It's like, even having acne, it's a barrier. Having more weight is a barrier. That it's like my body, my physical body is putting layers on layers on layers, that now I need to realize, holy shit, this has been happening my entire life. I need to start letting go of these layers, because I've had such a huge journey with my weight where I've hated the way that I look. I know how I want it to look. I eat whole foods, I do all of these things, but my body has kept score of so many things. And just like going through sports and having bouncing boobs, it completely limited me. My one thing that I wanted to do my whole life, I lived by the beach, was play volleyball, play frisbee, play cricket. Oh, I earn for that. I look at people and I smile, yet I don't do it because I can't. Because if I run and I'm just wearing ill-fitting things, or if I run either way, then they are just literally going to bounce. Everyone's going to stare at me. It's like when I used to go to the gym. Oh my gosh, to do star jumps. What? Okay, star jumps. And think, you're not wearing proper sports bras. I would, instead of doing this with the arms, I would be like this and just jumping. The train girls got boobs, like, come on. And they'll be like, do the proper star jumps. I'm like, fuck, no. Because I don't want my tits flying everywhere. And they weren't supportive. Or And he knows who he is. Personal trainer, who is also a good friend, would make me run on the treadmill. I'm like, I'm not fucking running. And I would hold my boobs while I was running. And the thing is, I always desired to run. I always wanted to do these things, but I always felt so limited. Therefore, that was another hindrance to not being connected to my body, and another thing of disliking my body because everyone else around me could do it. However, it was me that couldn't do it. Oh, and it's the thing is, I realized one thing is that I didn't hate my body because I wanted to at all. I I didn't hate my body because I wanted to. I hated it because it didn't feel like mine. And I'm still on this journey. You know, you can slowly start changing your mindset through affirmations, because words are spells and they are very, very, very powerful. And the thing is, you can look at yourself in the mirror every day and slowly you'll have a belief that I am beautiful, I am strong, and yes, I think affirmations go hand in hand, but I also think that there is so many deeper things that we are not consciously aware of, that it is so deep into our subconscious that it is ingrained in us, and our body just operates on this mode. It's little things that I would do, and I noticed this with myself in Bali as well, because I didn't feel comfortable in my own body. What I would go do is go sit in the corner of a restaurant. So I wasn't hidden or seen, or so no one could speak to me. I would do things of, you know, having a towel around me because I didn't feel comfortable in my own body. And my body just constantly kept score of this. And I just did these little things of trying to hide myself and not to be seen, just to have that layer of protection over me. And it's a constant. It's like, what things do you do throughout your day? You know what you should do? And I actually, because there was a few things that I had noticed that happened to me that were pivotal recently that really ignited this. However, write down everything that you do throughout the day, or just the emotion that you feel, the action that you took, who you spoke to, how you felt, how your body reacted to it. And do it for a few days, or maybe do it for a week. It is a bit of a big task, but it's really cool to see, and it brings awareness to the situation of, I did this here and I'm also doing this over here. What is going on? What is stemming? What is so much deeper in my core in order for me to feel like this? And do you know how I said before is that the being hidden equals protection and visibility equals danger? Is that my body truly loved me so much that it tried to hide me to protect me. Now, our body, our mind is so powerful that we need to break these patterns. And when I'm also breaking these patterns and going through the hard yards of going through this and feeling so uncomfortable, is that I am breaking generational cycles and making space and wave for my future kids and their future kids. It is all a big energetic tie. And this is really why I love also going and seeing my holistic healer. There is a number of reasons, but also understanding the past lives that I've lived and the things that I had faced, because I think that your body keeps score, your nervous system keeps score of absolutely everything. I think that the thing to ask yourself is, when was the last time that I shrunk myself, that I diminished myself? What act did I do and how did I feel? I've been disconnected from my body for 27 years. And it isn't going to get fixed overnight. It's a day-to-day, moment by moment, breath by breath situation of the things that I choose to do and how I choose to act. And this is the thing, is the more that I hide myself, I'm going to have a mirror reflection of those people coming into my life. I don't want that for my life. I don't want to hide, because I want to share stories. I want to create something so much more for myself. But if I continue to hide, I'm going to attract the things that I don't want to attract. So one thing is that I started breathing in. I'm not broken. This is my body. I chose my body. caring for her, showing her that it's okay to not hide and to come out and to shine and put the shine on her again. Because the thing is, your light never went out. It was just dimmed because you had the walls up around you. You had the veil up around you. You were always there. You've always been there. It's just a matter of stepping out in the light. And it's not easy. God, no, it's not easy. It's a mental battle every single day. It's not as easy as someone saying, just be confident. No, I mean, confidence comes from failing and doing the thing over and over again, and slowly you get better each time. And then, you build that up. Confidence just doesn't come out. You're not born with confidence. And it's interesting. I mean, there's some journal prompts that can definitely help with this, is that where do you feel that your body holds a type of grief? If you weren't afraid, how would I dress? So if I wasn't afraid, how would I dress? And what is one belief about my body that I'm ready to release? Nothing is wrong with you. You are here to be seen. You are here to live your happy, joyful life. It is your birthright to do so. And yes, there may be particular things that I guess aren't invented yet, but they will be. The right person will come along to do that, because your body isn't the issue. It's not the issue. Your body loves you. Your body cares for you. Do you know what I noticed? What happened over time for me was that the grief of hiding became so much stronger and so much more weight bearing than actually being seen. And it's harder to go through that than it is to slowly start making changes in order to be seen. And then I begin to wonder that, who would I be if I stopped apologizing for who I am and who I'm meant to be and the future that I want for myself? And just imagine her, because she's so beautiful and she's so bright and she's incredible. And the thing is, yes, society will constantly add pressures to you. They will say things. There are people that constantly come into your life to trigger you and to test you. But who are you if you don't apologize for who you are and what your body looks like and how you feel in your body, and to be seen and to be shown and how to navigate that? It's a magical feeling if you just sit down and really enjoy and look at it, and I get shivers. And I mean, this is why I created Montserrat Intimates. Montserrat Intimates started from the frustration of being a frustrated consumer that never felt loved, that never felt seen, that never felt heard, that didn't like the designs that were on the market for her. I would also, adding to the bit of not being seen, what I would do was I would be so embarrassed to be intimate with men because I was so worried about my lingerie, because my lingerie was fucking hideous. And well, for me it was, and I didn't like it, and it didn't fit correctly, and that it didn't look nice under clothes. So I would always hide and cover up. That was another element of me hiding and covering up. And for me, lingerie and going into the lingerie space and sharing these stories is that I don't want little girls to feel the way that I did, to feel the way that I still do in some moments. Like I said, it's 27 years. You can't just get rid of it overnight. It's a journey. It's a beautiful, chaotic, amazing, incredible journey. But I don't want girls to feel the way that I did, that feel alone, that feel as though that there is nothing in the market for them, and to feel like they need to hide, because you do not need to hide. It's just a way of being able to navigate it and give women tools to help them through it. And sometimes it doesn't get easier, but you slowly start picking up things you begin to ignore, you begin to just let it go, because it doesn't need to affect you. You shine so bright. And for me was when I started educating myself into the right bra. Oh my God. From my entire life of wearing ill-fitting bras, I educated, did a course, started obviously the journey of Montserrat Intimates, and everyone around me is like, you're walking different, you're talking different. Because I had so much damn confidence on a bra, it changed my posture. I felt better. I felt like I understood how a bra should fit, how it should feel. My clothes were looking amazing. And now, since going through that and feeling this, I look in the mirror in my boobs and be like, fuck yeah. Whereas before, I would not look at myself in the mirror. I'd just put my clothes on and just no. But now I'm looking at myself in the mirror and be like, wow, you've got beautiful, beautiful breasts. And they are yours. And they led you down this path. They led you to build Montserrat. They led you to be having this conversation right now. And that is pretty damn powerful. You chose this body, and this body is here for a reason. And it's like, wow, I don't think about my boobs the way that I did my entire lifetime. I don't want to get a breast reduction anymore. I love them. And no, I didn't go in the mirror and be like, I love you, I love you, I love you over and over again. What I did was I seeked education. I educated myself and my body, my bras, and I then built something for myself. And with that, I believe that education is liberation. We as women, we don't know a lot about ourselves or our bodies, even tests and the way that society operates. It's not in a feminine manner. It doesn't cater to women. So being so educated on your body, and oh my gosh, the feeling is magnetic. And I was looking at myself in the mirror the other day. This is actually this morning as well. And I thought, I don't ever think about my boobs the way that I used to. Because every moment of every single day since I had my boobs, I would just think that I fucking hated them. That they wouldn't fit into anything. My clothes, I couldn't fit into trends. I couldn't wear anything. My posture was so bad. I was getting back pain. Everyone was telling me, when are you getting a breast reduction? Not if you want one, when? And now no one has said anything. I I talk differently. I stand so much more in my strength and my power with my head held high. People look at me, sure, fine. I am not hiding anymore, and neither should you, whatever your circumstances, whatever your situation is. Be you unapologetically. If people around you don't like that, then I'm sorry, it's time to go, because you are magnetic and you are beautiful and you are vibrant and you are born to shine. No matter who you are, whether it's introvert, extrovert, I don't really like those definitions. That's the conversation for another time. But you're born to shine in whatever setting that may look like to you and whatever you may perceive it as. Support changes everything, whether that's through a bra, whether that's through the people that you've got around you, whether it's a support that you give yourself. But just know that don't continue what I had my entire life, is being so disconnected from myself, from my body. That meaning that me showing who I am meant that it was dangerous and that I had to hide and to not be me, because that also filters into every single other part of your life, not only your looks. Your body isn't a problem. It's a beautiful portal. We as women have so much incredible intuition. We have so much power that is yet to be discovered. And I hope to discover this through this channel. And I want to be able to bring these experts on with talking about the feminine body and understanding ourselves more, because education is liberation. I'm healing for the girl that I was, for the women that walk beside me, and I'm healing for my future children and for their future children, because I want to be an incredible role model for them. I don't want them to hide. So this is the divine form. Thank you for being here, and I hope for you to share this story and bring light to other women's lives. I appreciate you, I value you, and go be you, lovely.